A new study by Boston University's CTE Center suggests playing football may increase the risk of developing Parkinson's disease. Fox Met Team's Dr. Mike joins us live to talk about this. Good morning, Dr. Mike. How are you today?
I'm great, Amanda. And, you know, you've often interacted with me and you said, when is this guy going to bring his brain? I brought it right here. There you go.
A little show and tell this morning from Dr. Mike.
Yes,
this is great.
Yes.
So, Dr. Mike, the study was sponsored by the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research. Therefore, I think it signifies to us that there's probably some very good information that came out of it.
So, Amanda, what they did was they looked at people who played football, American football, if you will, at different ages, different stages of their life. And then they asked down the road whether they developed Parkinson's. And an amazing 61% increased risk was found for developing Parkinson's in people who played football. Now, that being said, we've known for a long time, Amanda, that chronic and repetitive injuries and impacts to this brain can lead to something called chronic traumatic encephalopathy. And they've done autopsies in football players after they've passed on and found a dramatic number of them having this condition, which can lead to things like depression, suicidal thoughts, difficulty walking, memory, dementia, and Parkinson's. So this is really yet another piece of data to indicate how we need to protect our young people and teach professionals and college athletes the proper ways of tackling to not eliminate the risk, but prevent this kind of damage and reduce their risk.
Dr. Mike, are those the steps that need to be taken to protect our young people?
Well, if you look at the data, the risk went up the higher level game you played. So if you were in college or professional, obviously the level of intensity goes up and the risk goes up. Now, I have a son, and I know, sadly, he's not going to make it in the NFL, mainly because he picked me as a father. And the bottom line is that I want him to protect his brain as much as possible. So if he does play any kind of contact sports, I want him to limit the amount of contact. I want him to be taught proper techniques, whether it be soccer or any other sport that involves the potential for trauma. And later on, in the professional level, you can tell the NFL is really working hard to try to reduce the risk. Sadly, I don't think the risk is ever going to go away completely, but football is part of America, and we've got to learn how to not damage or injure our players and still enjoy the game.
Dr. Mike, last question. Do you recommend that maybe, because we have just started the school year, that maybe we have a conversation with our pediatricians? My son, my daughter, very interested in playing these high contact sports. What are your recommendations? Is that what we should do?
Well, I think you need to have a long discussion with your children, number one. I'm going to make a bold statement here. Like I said, I don't think my son has the physique or the technical skills to make it big. I'm more worried about him having proper function of his brain and enjoying his life later on in life. That's my responsibility. And for that reason, I have him playing baseball, which has a lower risk, but it's an individual decision. And look, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have your kids play football, but if you're going to do anything like that, you make sure that they get proper training, the proper equipment, and they know how to play the game as safe as possible. And studies are going on, research continues to go on, but you know, the problem, Amanda, is that you have this brain inside a skull, and you can put titanium here, and it's still not going to prevent that sudden acceleration and deceleration that leads to injury of the brain. And so that's what concerns me.
No, this is
that's
all
why it's
right.
Yeah,
it's all very good information. No, thank you.
You got to.
I know you're passionate, Dr. Mike. Thank you. No, don't apologize.
Yeah.
This is all really good information. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you have an amazing day, Dr. Mike.
You too, Amanda. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.